Hello and welcome to Templar Knight TV. I'm Tony McMahon and I'm going to be talking to you today about the Knights Templar and the Council of Nablus in 1119. At Christmas in the year 1119, 9 knights took their vows as Knights Templar, a brand new order of military warriors. They took these vows before the Latin Patriarch of the Holy Sepulchre, the most important church in Christendom, where Christ had been crucified and buried. 3 weeks later, they attended the Council of Nablus. Now, this was a council of secular, military and religious leaders of the Holy Land that was convened because it was felt that things were getting a bit lax, that the Crusades had lost their sense of direction, so the council was going to put some backbone into the Crusades. The council felt that moral standards had been on the slide, and two issues they were particularly vexed about were adultery and homosexuality. Now, they didn't express it as homosexuality before you all start shouting at me, but it was expressed as sodomy or whatever. But it was basically same-sex relations, particularly between Christian men in the Holy Land. Now, the punishment for alleged adultery would be trial by ordeal, the council decided. That is, you would have to hold a red-hot iron bar, take several paces, and your wounds would then be examined to see if you were guilty or innocent. As for allegations of being homosexual, of having same-sex relations, if this was proven, then you were burned at the stake. There is this obsession with sodomy in the medieval church, which was seen as a kind of destabilizing force and increasingly allied with heresy and sorcery. And of course, when the Knights Templar were eventually put on trial, they were accused of all three of those terrible vices. But at the time of the Council of Nablus, one of the reasons that there may have been a particular emphasis on sodomy were rumours that were circulating that King Baldwin I, the Christian ruler of Jerusalem, was himself something of a sodomite. In fact, as one modern historian has put it, he was living in a chainmail closet. There had also been plagues of locusts and a plague of mice, which some felt was an indication of God's displeasure at how things were going in Jerusalem. But the good news was that this new order of knights, the Knights Templar, had been formed, and they were going to put some backbone, some moral backbone, into the Crusades. Or so it was hoped. Well, if you want to know what happened next, you better buy a copy of my new book out this month, The Knights Templar, History and Mystery, published by Pen and Sword. It's the first of a trilogy on the Knights Templar, being published by Pen and Sword and authored by my good self. Downfall of the Templars will be coming out later next year. But in the meantime, get the Knights Templar History and Mystery, where I outline the, if you want, the official history of the Templars in their 200 years of existence, but also some of the legends and conspiracy theories, giving you the full picture of the Knights Templar. Also, watch out for me on TV. I've been making regular appearances in something called Tales of Oak Island. It's a sister series to the hugely successful Curse of Oak Island, which you may be watching or may have seen before on the History Channel. I've also been appearing in something called Alien Corridors, talking about UFOs, which you can catch on the Super Channel in Canada and Blaze in the UK. Anyway, I hope that's been informative. Please buy the book. Great Christmas present, of course, if you're watching before Christmas 2024. But you can buy it any time of the year, I assure you. And until next time, when we meet, non nobis domine.